Hey everybody, Rob from Karma Comic Chameleon. We're back with another ProRevenge story. Project partners tried to screw me over, but I got a lot of money instead. Let's jump right in. Hey Reddit, this is the only revenge story I have, and the best thing is I laid the groundwork in advance. It's a bit long perhaps, but it makes me happy every time I think of it. A couple years ago when I was 18, I got my degree in game development. It's a 4-year track with the last year being 4 months internship and 4 months to work on a test of skill. This is a project that you can think up yourself to prove that you're capable in game development. I had my internship at a very small game studio which was just 2 women, let's call them B and C, just put word after it. They both specialized in 3D model making and 2D art, textures, graphics, that sort of stuff. Neither of them was a programmer, so they got interns to program stuff for them. I was kinda disappointed as I had no experienced programmer to learn from or to guide me, but this was my only option since I started looking for an internship too late. B and C were kind of abusive and condescending in their language use. I didn't stand up for myself much. I was always a fat nerd and had no self-confidence coming out of high school or college. What was cool is that they were located in an incubator, which is like a large office building that rents desks for €50 a month instead of floors. Great for startups and single-person companies. As a cherry on top, it was also an incubator that specialized in game companies, so lots of contacts and opportunities to meet people in the industry. I had fun there, at first. They already started on a project and I asked them what system they wanted me to make, like inventory, menus, or gameplay elements. They had an idea of what they wanted. It was a game for kids that used augmented reality. AR is quite difficult to make, and they didn't want to use APIs from companies that had already made the AR system because that would cost too much money. So for 3 out of the 4 months I was there, I built my own AR system. It was really tough and had no help because the other devs there had their own stuff to work on. The best way to learn programming is to be good with Google and just jump in the deep end and figure it all out. After I finished the AR system that worked with 2D image recognition, perfect for what they wanted. But it turned out that they didn't have a game design document, which is a plan of sorts of the stuff you want in your game. They also didn't have a to-do wall or anything. So I spent my last month making inventory systems and stuff that was always not the way they wanted after all. They just said, we need an inventory system, but didn't know what it all had to do. So basically, my time was wasted there. Skip forward 5 months, I got my degree and decided I wanted to check out the industry some more. I got all my savings out and decided I could spend a year making games and maybe it would lead to something. So I rented a desk at the incubator and thought about what game I was going to make. B and C believe that if you are technical, you're not creative. They saw programmers like tools used to achieve their vision. 2 things annoying about that. 1, just cause I like programming doesn't mean I'm incapable of imagining worlds and stories. 2, game devs and game designers need each other. 2 disciplines of equal importance that make a game work. So this is what happened when they approached me. Hey OP, are you busy? I'm just thinking what kind of game I want to make. See, come over here, he's not busy. Hi OP, could you help us out with something? Yeah, sure, what can I do for you? We need you to make a menu for Unity, the engine I was working in, for the AR system you made. Now, I'll admit, the AR system was not the easiest to work with. It had a lot of settings and a series of steps needed to make it work with an image. And they wanted me to simplify it, even though I had made an extensive manual on how to make it work. But I learned so much in those 8 months and was positive I could improve the system a lot. Which was good cause the current code belonged to them, but I could use the same architecture of code and rework it to make it mine. Yeah, alright, I guess I can rework system and make it more user-friendly. Nice, let us know when you're finished. I spent about a month making my AR system better, and the finished system shared only 10% code with the old system, when I told them I was finished and showed it off. This 2.0 version had better tracking in all light conditions, it can cover more angles, needs less detail, and now has a very user-friendly UI along with tooltips. What I also did is change the standard script Unity gives you when you make a new script. I put my name and copyright in the code so I could prove it was mine. B and C were very happy with it and even asked me to join their project as partner. Yeah, I would love to join. I'll even give you a discount on the AR system. C, with kinda smug face, yeah, we won't be paying you, the code was already ours, and you just improved it. Besides, we didn't sign a contract or anything. Just be happy with the opportunity we just gave you, and if you didn't intern with us, you wouldn't be here to begin with. Are you serious? I spent a month working on this. Yeah, but you'll make plenty with the project. There was nothing I could do about it, so I just sucked it up and agreed to join the project. Maybe I agreed more out of the FOMO rather than excitement to work with them. I did learn a lesson though, always have a contract, and boy, did I draw something up. For the contract, I had a right to 25% of the finished product's income, basic stuff. But because I didn't trust B and C, was determined not to be burned again, I drew up a general conditions contract, which is basically the policy and restrictions of working with my one-man studio. It has all the basic rights and stuff, but it also had 2 clauses that make me laugh to this day. Number 1. Any and all code developed by me belong to me in perpetuity, and may not be copied, modified, or used in any way without my express permission, and under no condition can I be forced to release the code files. Fine on breach was €1,000 per script file. The AR system had more than 20 scripts in it. Number 2, when I get fired for a shared project, I'm entitled to €50 an hour I spend working on the project, no exceptions. They signed both contracts without even reading them, and didn't have contracts for me in return. The first contract was what bound me to the project. And here comes the good part. I learned pretty early on that I was just there to listen and make whatever they wanted. They did not want my input on anything. Even if they had dumb, impractical, or just impossible ideas about what the game should have, I could not protest or suggest something else, even though I tried. Fast forward 6 months. It's winter now and the project is just not going very well. I constantly have to revisit finished components because they wanted more functionality in them. I was not happy and went over to their desks to complain and demand a final document I could work off of. It's called feature creep and a real game developer should know how to deal with that. It's not alright. I am wasting my time because you two can't make up your minds and get a final idea in your heads. B and C dismissed me and later sent me an email. Dearest OP, we regret to inform you that our partnership is not working out and we have decided to let you go from the project. We hope there aren't any hard feelings. I was quite angry, but I remembered the clauses, so at least I would get paid a lot of money. I went over to their desks with the meanest grin on my face. Hey guys, I read your email. That sucks, but I understand. We have different creative ideas and we're just not on the same page. We're so happy you understand, and are you sure there are no hard feelings? No, not at all. I learned a lot and had fun. I can recycle the components to make other games. Just remember you can't do anything similar to our game. They referred to the competition clause in my internship contract, which I apparently was still under because that project wasn't finished. Oh yeah, no worries. I got something else in mind, after which I returned to my desk and sent them an invoice of 26 weeks, 40 hours a week for €50 an hour on the project with my log to back it up. Total cost? €52,000, around $60,000 at the time. They freaked out. They had nowhere near this kind of money as they were both working second jobs and were both saving up wanting to start a family with their boyfriends. There's no way we're paying this much. We understand some compensation is warranted, but this is too much. I lost 6 months of income on this project, and you signed these terms. I had a copy of the general conditions and pointed the clause out to them. But fine, I'll take it to court and we'll see what the judge has to say. The court proceedings took around 8 months. I had decided in the meantime that owning a one-man game studio was really hard and decided to go to university to get a degree in IT and do game development at the side, but that's another story. The judge had decided I was in the right thanks to my logs and copyright lines in the code, but also asking for too much as it would utterly bankrupt B and C. So I would get €20,000 and be reimbursed for legal costs totaling about €35,000. For B and C, it was a massive blow. B had to sell her car to get the money and couldn't get a mortgage for the house she wanted to buy. They also had to use home offices, as the others working at the incubator wouldn't even talk with them anymore, since I made sure everyone there knew what happened, how they tried to screw me over. I also told the entire story to my old teachers, and no interns will be coming to them from my old college. The last time I heard from them was a year or so later, asking me for code I made for the project. A drive crapped out, and they didn't have backups. This shows their level of professionalism. I laughed my butt off over the phone and pointed them to the number 1 clause of the general conditions. You can't claim the code, it's in the general conditions. You can't be even working with anything I made because you don't have my permission to use my code. If you did, you owe me another 20,000 euro. Tell you what though, I'll sell it to you. Well, how much do you want? 52,000 euro. A silence on the other end of the phone. Click. As of now, their studio is out of business, and I am to graduate next year with no study debt at all. I lost weight and have a lot more self-confidence. This story makes me feel powerful and good about myself. I stood up and got rewarded. Don't mess with the fat programming nerd. If there's one thing I've learned from these stories, it's that you have to watch out for those techie type people. They're really smart. This is Rob from Karma Comic Chameleon saying thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe, like, and share the video with your friends, and we'll see you in the next one.